Welcome students, this is your science teacher Ms. Fatma. Today we are going to discuss a new topic from your book. It is on page number 12. Right? This is about human things and this is about human beings are living things. Alright, before starting this topic, I would like to review what we have done in the last lecture. In the last lecture we have discussed about the two main characteristics of a living thing, that is about living things response to change and the living things reproduce. Alright, now moving towards the new topic, that is about living things. Human beings are living things. Alright, let us have quickly read about these pages. What they have said: all the living things are made of cell, which is the smallest building unit. There are different type of cell in the human body. Cell of one type form tissue, and many tissues together form organs. Right? In this paragraph, there are three new words that I need to mention. Right? The first one is cell. The second one is tissue, and the third one is organ. Right? Each and every living thing comprises all these things that eventually made an organism. Alright, the cell made tissues, tissues makes organ, organ makes organ system, and organ system make organism. Alright, so let's just discuss what is tissue. Tissue is basically the basic unit of life. The most essential, the most basic thing of a life is tissue. Right? Without cell there is no existence of a living thing. Alright, so just to start a living thing, the basic need is of cell. Cell is the basic unit of life. It is the smallest building unit. Alright, to build a living thing, how living things are made, it starts from a cell. It is the smallest building unit. Alright, the example of cell is nerve cell. If you want to ask for the example is nerve cell. Alright, now moving towards the word tissue. What is meant by tissue? It is not that tissue that we use to wipe our sweat and things. No, this is the tissue which is made when same type of cell join together. Alright, what is meant by it? When same type of cell join together, they form tissue. What they form? Tissue. Alright, here bunch of cell works together. In the other words, you can say bunch of cell, yani so many cells of same kind join together to form a tissue. So let me recall, cell is the basic unit of life, basic necessity of a life. Alright, then it comes a tissue. Same type of cell join together to form tissue. And then how the organs are formed? When different tissues join together, they form organs. Okay? Group of different tissues join together, they form organ. How you can say that? Group of tissues joined or work together to form organ. Alright, in the first page we have seen that there are many organs in a human body, like brain, lungs, heart, liver, stomach. I didn't discuss this on the first lecture. Alright, I have kept it for the this video lecture. So now I am discussing in detail about what are organs. Our body is made up of different type of organ: heart, kidney, lung, brain, like this brain, heart, liver, lung, stomach. These all are organs. Right? When these organs join together, listen to me carefully, when all of these organs join together, they form What they form? They form organ system. The system in which different organs are grouped together, they work together. For what they work together? They work together to form an organism. To form an organism. Organism means living thing. Alright, this is the basic phenomena behind the creation of a living thing. Alright, now just have a quick review on it. Cell, the basic unit of life from where the life starts. Alright, the formation of a living thing starts. From a cell, it forms tissue. When same type of cells join together, they form tissue. Okay, when group of different tissue join together to form organ. And then here comes when different organs join together, like brain, heart, liver, they all join together, they form organ system. And the combination of all the organ in the organ system results in the organism. All right. To make a little bit easier for you, I want to draw a flow chart in backward direction so you could easily understand. Cell, from cell it starts with tissue. Alright, from tissue it goes to organ. From organ it goes to organ system. From organ system it goes to organism. Alright, the example of cell is nerve cell. As I have already told you, our nervous system is made above. Our nervous system consists of nerve cell. Alright, so see, when the nerve cell combine together, they form nerve tissue. When these nerve tissue combine together, what they form? They form brain. The organ brain is made from the nerve tissues and it comes from nerve cell. We have brain. So how the brain is formed? It started from a single nerve cell. When same kind of nerve, when all the nerve cells join together, they form nerve tissue, and then different nerve tissue join together, they form a brain. All right, and the brain, when the brain comes into the umbrella of organ system, it makes nervous system. The system which control all the activities of our body. And then when a nervous system is made, it just turns into human being. Alright, so the example of organism is human being. The example of organ system is a nervous system. Organ is brain, tissue is nerve tissue, and cell is nerve cell. Alright, now at the internal and external organs include eyes, ears, alright, mouth. These all are the external organs. And in the list of the internal organ, what it includes? It includes brain, it includes heart, it includes liver, it includes stomach. Alright, it includes lungs. There are so many internal organs, there are so many external organs. So when the internal and external organs join together, they work together to help a body, a living things to move. These all are specifically of living thing. We are talking about a human being. Alright, now let's just quickly discuss about the organs that we are going to study. The first organ that they have discussed is brain, right? So what is the function of brain and why the brain is necessary in a human body, right? So the purpose of a brain is to control the whole body sending signals. Alright, the whole body sends signal into the different part, right? Like when you feel like that you need to go to drink water, right? So this is the message that your that your body send to your brain that this is the action that a person needs to do. So the next organ is lungs, right? From where we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide, right? Without lungs we won't be able to breathe, and without breathing we won't be able to survive. So the function of lung is, lung help you to breathe by taking oxygen from the air. From where we take oxygen from the air and giving out carbon dioxide, and we give out carbon dioxide. So let me jot it down. The first organ we have discussed is brain. The function of brain is to send the message to the whole body. It also controls the activities of the body. It controls the whole body, right? How it controls the whole body? By sending messages. Alright, as I have told you, like if you are thirsty, you want to drink water, then your body will send the message to your brain that it needs to drink water. Alright, so now the next organ that we are going to discuss is lungs. Alright, so the purpose of the lung is to help us to breathe oxygen. It helps us to breathe by taking oxygen, alright, and giving out carbon dioxide, right? So the third organ what we are going to discuss is heart. You all must know where the heart is. It is somewhere slightly towards the left of your body, in the upper half. Alright, so the purpose of the heart is to pump the blood. The blood flows in our body, alright, from head to toe. There are different vessels, there are different nerves which help the blood to flow. So it is like a machine, it is like a pump which throws the blood in the whole body. So the purpose of the heart is to pump the oxygenated blood to the different part of the body where the oxygen and the nutrients are needed. Alright, so here it goes. Alright, now so the purpose of the liver is to purify the blood and store the sugar, which is also called glycogen. Alright, so the next one is now let me jot it down. So the function of liver is to purify, to clean. Purify means to clean blood that flows in our body, and it stores the sugar. From where it gets the sugar? It gets the sugar from the food we eat. The food we eat includes the sugar in so many forms. Fruit have their own sugar, and we eat rice and different type of food, right? So each type of food has a different level of sugar. So the liver store the specific amount of sugar which our human body is required in it. Alright, so the fifth one we are going to discuss is stomach. It is stomach, right? What is the purpose of stomach? Stomach is like a bag, right? It stores the food that we eat. All the food that we eat goes into the stomach. Alright, so it do with the food that we eat. It helps us to digest the food. The food we eat, it helps us to digest that food. The next topic that we are going to discuss is plants are living things. So how we could say that the plants are living things? Now try to recall what are living things. Living things are those things which can grow, which can, now let me turn it down, which can grow, which can move, which can reproduce, which can respond to change. Alright, so this is the basic definition of living thing. So we have mentioned that the plants are living things. So how plants are living things, and what are the parts of plant that are necessary to discuss. In the rest of the video we are going to discuss about how we can say that the plants are living things. Alright, now let's just have a quick review on it. Plants are living things too. They are made up of different parts. They have different parts. You must have seen different types of plant, right? Many plants have roots, stem, leaf, and many plants have flower and fruits on it, right? If you see, it is a tomato plant, right? In this tomato plant, what the things they have mentioned about stem, right? They have mentioned about roots, they have mentioned about leaf, they have mentioned about the tomato flower, and they have mentioned about the tomato fruit. Alright, the function of root is to absorb the nutrients from the soil. What is the function of roots? The function of root is to like हम इसको root कहते हैं ना, this is the root of any plant. So what is the function of root? The function of root is to absorb water and nutrients from the soil, right? When it absorbs the water and the nutrient from the soil, it helps our plants to grow. Alright, so moving upward, the next part that they have mentioned is stem. What is this called? Stem. It's like a long, thin or thin, depend upon which type of plant it is. Long, thin or thin, tunnel type structure, right? The purpose of the stem is it works like a tube, right? It transports all the nutrients, all the water that the root have absorbed from the soil to the leaves, to the flower, and to the fruit of a plant. Alright, so the purpose of a stem is to transport water, minerals, nutrients, which a root has absorbed from the soil. And there is another purpose of a stem is to support the plant, right? Without stem, a plant cannot stand tall. You must have seen different plants that lays on the ground. It doesn't have the solid strong stem which help them to stand straight in the air, right? So the stem also help a plant to support and to stand tall. All right, so the next part that we are going to discuss is leaves, right? There are different types of leaves. The part that we are going to discuss is about leaf, right? Different plants have different types of leaf, but all serve for the same purpose. The purpose of a leaf on the plant is to make food. It is especially for the process of photosynthesis. In the previous videos I have already discussed about the photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is that process from which plants make their food. Process by which plant makes their food. Alright, with the help of sunlight. So with the help of sunlight, plant make their own food. So the purpose of leaf is especially for the process of photosynthesis, right? There is also on some plants there is also flowers, and these flowers and few flowers turns into fruits. All right. Now on the last page they have give you a short summary about what are non-living things that we have already discussed in the lecture number 1. Now let me give you a quick review about that what are non-living things. Non-living things are those which cannot move. What are non-living things? Non-living things are those which cannot move, cannot grow, cannot reproduce. Alright, cannot respond to change. They don't need air, fodder or food. Have you ever seen a toy asking for a water to drink? No, you won't see any toy asking for a water to drink, right? They don't need food. Your doll, your car, your play toy doesn't need a food to eat or drink. Alright, now thank you so much class for listening to me this video lecture, right? Along with this video I am going to attach a PDF file on which I have written some question and answers which you are supposed to do and submit it on the designated time. Thank you so much class.